Welcome to Oxford Analytica's weekly briefings. I'm Megha Kumar and I'm here today with our senior Latin America analyst Jill Hedges. We'll be talking about Argentina's political and economic outlook. Jill, thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
So we've had midterm elections on Sunday where Cristina's Victory Front hasn't done particularly well. What does this mean for the presidential race in 2015?
The result wasn't very unexpected. The Victory Front got about a third of the vote nationally, which was about as good as they could expect. But if you compare it with the 54% that she got in the presidential elections 2 years ago, it shows a real decline in popular support. The most significant outcome really was in Buenos Aires province, which accounts for nearly 40% of the electorate, and where her party lost to dissident Peronist Sergio Massa, who used to be her cabinet chief. He has done really better than anybody expected, which has immediately blown him up into the likeliest presidential candidate right now. I think it's fair to say that the presidential elections are not for 2 years. 2 years is an eternity in Argentine politics. So whether he can maintain that profile and that momentum is another question. But at the moment, he looks like probably the likeliest candidate. The candidates on the left did very well in these elections, but they don't do well in presidential elections generally. And they're likely to split into different groupings. So Cristina, having not done very well in the elections, she doesn't have a real successor. So she's going to have a very difficult time imposing somebody from her own Victory Front. So I think we're looking at possibly one or two dissident Peronists from within the party. It's still the largest party, and it's almost certainly going to keep the government in 2015.
Right. So given that the presidential elections are still 2 years away and Cristina may well have time to reconsider what her succession plans are, and the Victory Front may have time to reassess its own strategy, what does this mean for the economy in the interim?
Almost certainly more of the same, and possibly even sort of strengthening interventionism. The government's really rejected any suggestion that there should be a change of course. They're very clear that they want to go for more. It's all or nothing. So with the economy deteriorating anyway, I think we'll probably see more exchange controls. There is a risk there could be a devaluation, I think, now after the elections. They've been trying to avoid that in the run-up to the elections, but having not done very well, I think it's a possibility now. Where they are trying to be a little bit more moderate is in the energy sector, because there is about a $9 billion a year energy deficit now, and they're trying very, very hard to get investment in the sector. I think some of the strategies they're employing are going to be politically unpopular. Particularly, there have been reports recently that Chevron may have got a very, very favorable deal in exchange for investing in shale gas and oil in the south. It's politically unpopular. It's not seen as a very clean company. It's not very good for a government that's made so much noise about being nationalistic. So they may not see any short-term benefits on the energy side, but they may see some short-term political blowback.
Right. Do we expect a dramatic change in the policy outlook after the 2015 elections?
I would expect policy making to become much more pragmatic after 2015. All of the candidates who look likely at the moment are far less ideological than the current administration. They're far more likely to be interested in investment. They're far more likely to want to make deals within the political class. This is a government which has seen everyone very much as friend or enemy, and I think we're going to see an end to that. People are increasingly tired of this kind of polarization, so I think the next 2 years may be a bit rough, but I think after that things are likely to become much more moderate.
Oh, well, that's sort of a positive outlook. Thank you very much, Jill.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us this week. We are monitoring these issues very closely in the Oxford Analytica Daily Brief. If you would like more information about our services, please do contact us via our website. Thank you very much.